you. Welcome back to course of computing. Our today's topic of video is introduction to data clustering. So in the previous topic we understand the concept of NFS architecture. Now the next new topic, that is introduction to data clustering. Now before understanding what do you mean by data clustering and before discussing its definition, first of all I will give some example so that you will understand what is a clustering. Okay, so let's take a simple example. Suppose I have shown this picture to two different students. Okay, there are two students are there. To that students I have shown this picture, and I asked these two students to group them. Okay, I asked these two students to group these all person into different categories. So student 1, what student 1 has done, student 1 has divided this group of people into two groups. One is a Simpsons family and second one is a school employee. Means in this case that student 1 identify that these are the person that belongs to Simpsons family and this 4 person that belongs to school employee. Then I asked student 2 give me the groups for this particular group of people. So I got this answer. So the student 2, what student 2 has done, student 2 has find this two category. One is a male and second one is a female. Okay, female is there and male is there. These are the two categories that student 2 has prepared. That means I didn't ask that student to, but I just only asked the student to group these people into different groups. So student 1 have applied its logic and form two groups based on Simpsons family and the employee, and second student also applied his logic and divided into that group of people into two groups that is based on gender. One is a male and second one is a female. So in this case what you understand, I have just shown one picture and I have not given any criteria to form a groups. Okay, but student have one has applied its own knowledge, own logic, and based on the similarity it has formed the two groups. Similarly student 2 applied its own criteria. He finds that I should group these people based on the gender. So there are two genders are there, one is a male and second one is a female, so he has grouped them. So now another example. So in this case I have shown this group of ball to a small student, or in case of machine learning I can say to that model, and then I will get the output like this. So here I will get three clusters. This is a group of white ball with red lines. This is a group of this is a second cluster with black dots, and this is a third cluster having yellow color with black lines on it. So in this case there are three groups will be formed. Now how these three groups will be formed? Based on the similarity. So what you are understanding, how we are grouping over here, how we are grouping the elements or entities or objects over here, so that we need to understand. So you need to understand that here we are not providing any kind of criteria to group the given objects into different groups, but that a particular model or you can say student has to decide his own criteria and then group the objects based on the similarity, as we have seen in this two example. So in the previous example also we have seen that student 1 has applied the criteria of Simpsons family and the school employee. Student 2 has applied a criteria of gender, that is a male and female. Now this is another example where I have shown 9 balls to that student and I'll ask them. So in that case three groups will be formed. So three groups is formed based on their similarity. Here you can see all these three objects or three balls are similar. These two balls are similar. These are four balls are similar in characteristics. So in this case we understand that here we are making the groups based on the similarity. So this is a takeaway point from this. Now you may face a problem, or you may have confusion that because we already discussed about the classification, because we understand we talk about machine learning. There we discuss about supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So in case of supervised learning, we discuss about the classification. So in case of classification, what we are seeing, we are just forming the groups, and here also we are forming the groups. Now what is the difference between classification and clustering? Because in the both the cases we are framing the group, so it should be clear when we should use classification and when we should use the clustering, because that criteria is very important. You should know, because the machine learning techniques are available, but it's up to you. You have to decide which type of learning you should apply, whether you should apply classification or whether you should apply clustering. So for that purpose your doubt should be clear. Now in the next diagram here I can show you. So this is a this is a simple picture I shown to that particular student. And now in this case what I obtain two things. One is a so in this case suppose I apply classification. Now I'm just, in order to clarify the difference between classification and the clustering, I have shown this particular picture. On this same particular picture I am applying classification also and clustering also. So in case of classification, there are total 6 categories are there. So here you can see this is a category 1, this is category 2, this is category 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in this way this animals is being classified into 6 different category. So it is a multi-class classification problem. But when it comes to the process of clustering, so in this case 2 cluster is being formed. So this is cluster 1 and this is cluster 2. Now what criteria is applied by the model, or you can say particular student? So here you can see that based on the size of an animal, 2 cluster is being formed. This is a cluster where the size of animal is small, and this is what a cluster where the size of animal is large, or it is huge in size as compared to this. So in case of classification we have formed 6 category, in case of clustering we have formed the 2 category, because the thing is very simple. Now you need to understand the difference between classification and regression. So very first difference between the classification and this clustering is that classification is a supervised learning technique, whereas clustering is a unsupervised technique. So already you know, in case of supervised learning we are providing the label data. So in this case we can say that here we can provide the labels to this. Means here this is a category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. This is a rabbit is there, then hen is there, swan is there, okay, goat is there. So in case of a classification we will provide the label data, where already we are providing the labels to that particular data. Means this data can be used for purpose of classification as well as the clustering. Suppose we are providing this data for classification, we have to give the labels. Means we have to give that this is a goat, this is a hen, this is a we can say rabbit, this is what a sheep, this is a goat. So this kind of data we need to provide in case of supervised learning. Supervised learning make use of a label data. So in this case it is already known that total 6 categories can be formed, because in case of classification the task of the model is to just group that particular given animal into this 6 category. Number of categories are fixed. But in case of clustering it is a unsupervised learning. In case of unsupervised learning we are not going to provide any kind of label data. Means just we are providing this image. Here we are not giving that this is a hen and this is a sheep, this is a rabbit. We are not providing any kind of label. And in case of clustering we don't know exactly how many clusters we have to form. Okay, it is totally based on the similarity, it is based on the understanding of that model. It will group them into different categories. So in case of supervised learning, in advance you know how many groups can be formed, but in case of clustering we don't know how many groups can be formed. It's totally based on the similarity, it totally based on the understanding of the particular model it will classify. So this is what a thing you should understand, that in case of classification you have label data, whereas in case of clustering we don't have the label data, but in this case you have unlabeled data. In case of classification we are just grouping the given object based on similarity of particular group, but in case of clustering we are dividing that objects into based on their similarity and number of how many groups we need to form we don't know in case of clustering, but we know in case of classification. So one thing is clear from here, when you should know in advance that how many groups you have, only you need to group that, means only whatever the new atom comes you need to divide it into categories. So this is what a classification. But when you have been given a set of element and you have been asked to group them, but in this case you have not been asked to in how many category you have to group, then at that time you should apply the process of clustering. Okay, so I hope your doubt will be clear regarding when to apply clustering and when to apply clustering and classification, and what is the difference between them. Now we understand in detail about the clustering. So what is clustering? So we can say clustering is the process of organizing a data into different classes such that there is a high intra-class similarity. High intra-class similarity means what is the meaning of this? All these animal is having the similarity that their size is somehow same, and this is cluster is also having a similarity that this size of the animal is same in this case. So this is how we have formed that high intra-class similarity and low interclass similarity. Interclass similarity means what? This is a cluster 1 and this is cluster 2, so they have some similarity but mostly they are dissimilar. So this is we want. Data clustering is the process of grouping the element into number of groups based on their similarity, and in that case we'll take care of these two things. What are the two things? There should be high intra-class similarity and low interclass similarity. Then finding the class labels and number of classes directly from the data. This is what the main thing about clustering that we understand. In this case you have to find how many clusters, how many groups you have to form, but this is not the case in case of classification. In case of classification we have been asked that these are the two groups, you have to divide the mail into spam mail and not spam mail. So already I know that those two category, but in case of clustering I don't know how many categories are there, so it's totally depend on the similarity. I need to group them. The next thing is that more informally finding natural grouping among the object. Yes, exactly, based on the similarity we are forming the groups, and it partitioned the dataset into several groups such that similarity within the group is larger than amongst the group. Then this is again the thing, achieving such a partition requires similarity matrix that takes two vectors. What are the two vectors? And returns the value reflecting their similarity. Means in this case what we are going to do means you have been provided set of data and you have been asked to group them into different category, but we are not providing the number of categories. And last we can say that it is useful. Data clustering can be used for data compression as well as for model construction, and this is what and it is what we can say, this data clustering is a unsupervised learning technique. It is a unsupervised learning technique. Then the next thing, what are the main goals of a clustering? Okay, so what should the cluster be for this data point? So suppose this is a data point we have to group, so we can form this as a one group, this is another group, and this is a third group. So this is again another representation to understand the process of clustering. Now we understand what are the different goals of clustering. So very first goal is we have to group the data point which are similar to each other. Then identify such a grouping in unsupervised manner. Unsupervised manner means we are not providing labeled data, we are providing unlabeled data. Then no information is provided to on which data point belongs to which cluster. Yes, exactly. In case of classification we already tell that yes, this is a spam. We are trying to teach the model that this is a characteristics of a spam mail, this is a characteristics of not spam. Then we ask them that model to group them, but this is not the case in case of clustering. Means only we try to teach the model how to extract the similarity between the between the objects so that different groups can be formed. Now the next thing is, what are the applications of data clustering? Data clustering can be used for customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is majorly used by various e-commerce industry, just like Amazon. Just take a simple example of Amazon. They divide the customer based on the similarity. They don't know how the number of customer, how Amazon customers is being grouped. They don't know what can be the different groups. So based on the similarity, but can be a age, it can be their gender, it can be the based on the region, based on the we can say like, dislike. So a number of categories can be there. So customer segmentation is a problem where you should apply what you should apply clustering but not classification. Why here in case of customer segmentation you cannot apply classification? Because in advance you don't know how many categories are there. It's totally based on the similarity you will form the category. You will identify that, Miss Amazon will identify that this is the group of people which likes a particular product, so they will form a category like this. So Miss n number of category, don't imagine how many categories are there. There are n number of categories can be there, based on which you can just group the customers into different groups. Then credit card fraud detection, for that purpose also you can use a clustering, because in this case based on the similarity of a particular transaction you can find that this is a fraud, this is a fraud transaction, this is not fraud transaction, like this. Then you can use it for fake news detection, and finally you can say for traffic clustering we can also use this data clustering. Now the last thing is that we are going to discuss about what are the different techniques of data clustering. So there are various techniques are there, but basically here we are going to learn about the k-means algorithm, or C-means, or you can say hard C-means clustering, then fuzzy C-means clustering, then mountain clustering, and the subtractive clustering. So these are the various techniques of these are various clustering. So in that case again we have hierarchical clustering also, but majorly we focus here about this 4 category. So I hope you understand what is clustering, where clustering can be used, how clustering is different from classification. We try to understand the basic difference between classification and clustering. Thank you.